What is going on, Outlaws? Once again, Michael or Legacy Kill HD, and we are once again discussing Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead 3, or if you just want to call it the next Red Dead game. And today we're going to be discussing the latest from Rockstar Games, and we're also going to be going over some of the things that we want to see in this upcoming title. But if you have missed any of the news regarding the next Red Dead game, make sure you stay informed by checking out the Red Dead playlist. A lot of news and information that you're not going to want to miss. Nonetheless, Outlaws, to the first topic of the day, and that is coming from Rockstar Games. They announced that they would be having GTA Online Biker DLC coming in the near future. Now, for any Grand Theft Auto Online player out there, I'm sure you're going to enjoy this new content, but for any Red Dead fans out there getting worried that this may mean that the next Red Dead game isn't going to be announced anytime soon, don't get worried at all about that. I think that's ludicrous, to be honest, because there have been reports that the next Red Dead game has already been in development for 4 years. And as some of you may recall, Rockstar Games' online lead began working on an unannounced game in March of 2015, which would make a lot of sense if Rockstar San Diego, the main developer behind the Red Dead series, had put the groundwork down for the next Red Dead game back in 2012, and maybe in 2015 the other studios such as Rockstar North came in and the game went into full development, as Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online were not the main focus anymore. Well, based on the fact that Rockstar Games has at least 900 people employed, I think it's obvious that they probably have maybe a small team together working on GTA Online, while a majority of their employees are working on this next game, which is more than likely their main focus at this point. But now to our next topic of the day, and that is the rumor suggesting an announcement about the next Red Dead game coming after the Mafia 3 release. As some of you may already know, I've discussed this on my channel before, but 2K Games are responsible for publishing games such as Mafia, while Rockstar Games are responsible for publishing titles such as Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead. Why is this important? Because they're both working for the same company, Take-Two Interactive, so they're all trying to make money for this company, which is why a lot of people are stating that the next Red Dead game is not going to be announced until Mafia 3's release, because they do not want to steal the thunder from that title. And in case you didn't know, Mafia 3 will be releasing on October 7th, 2016, so it's not too far out. Does this make any sense at all? I do think it does a little bit. I mean, there was already rumors suggesting at E3 2016 we were supposed to be getting an announcement from Rockstar about the next Red Dead game. Even former IGN editor of 10 Years, Colin Moriarty, backed up that report, saying he had close sources that could confirm that. And I think the next question that comes to all of our minds after these events and these days that have passed since E3 2016 is, where's Rockstar Games with the announcement? I mean, if they were supposed to announce this game at E3 2016, you would think that they would announce it on their newswire or even at one of these gaming events such as Gamescom or that PS4 event. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think Rockstar Games is really waiting on Mafia 3's release to announce the next Red Dead game? I think it's certainly possible, but let me know what you think. Now let's move on to the next part of this video, and as usual, we're going to go over some of the things that we want to see in this upcoming title. And we're going to start off by discussing something that we've already talked about a little bit in the past, and that's the open world of this next Red Dead game. The other day we talked about dynamic weather, and today we're going to be going over destructible environments and how Rockstar Games could utilize this feature. And this was something that was utilized in GTA 5, but it was only to an extent as there was limitations to it. But for an open world western, I think a lot of us expect the choices that we'll have with this, maybe burning down barns or even being able to blow up buildings. I think that's a really cool option that I think a lot of gamers would enjoy. And if it's not something that's necessarily put in the single player, I think it would be a really fun thing that a lot of people would enjoy in the multiplayer. And I also think this adds a sense of realism to the game, and I think that Rockstar Games, even on their Rage engine, they've been making it look a lot more realistic over the years. I think that this next Red Dead game is going to look phenomenally beautiful. So with this element being included in the game, even exploring the open world, I think that would be a helpful thing to add, maybe when hunting animals or just interacting with the world in general. Now to our next topic, we have non-playable characters and what they're doing in the open world. This was something that was played out pretty decently in Red Dead Redemption, but now here in 2016, I think that Rockstar Games can make a major improvement on this by making it a lot less repetitive in some ways, because as you wandered throughout the West, there'd be situations that would be brought upon you, such as civilians being robbed and sometimes yourself being robbed, and a lot of the times it felt very repetitive in certain parts. So I think that Rockstar Games could spice that up a little bit by making a lot more situations that we could run into, so something that doesn't feel repetitive and something that feels a little bit more fresh. Maybe earning some type of special loot, and maybe something where we actually have to think, should we get involved or not? And I also think it'd be pretty cool if Rockstar Games could include some sort of NPC interaction going on within a town. Imagine wandering up to a town like Armadillo and seeing some type of shootout going on between lawmen and some type of gang, and having the choice of taking a side. That's not to mention some of the other situations that could be presented to us, such as like an abduction or even a bank robbery. I just think that would add a little bit more of a fun element to the game that I think a lot of us would enjoy if they included it. But now to our next topic, and that is the idea of having a non-linear story attached to this next Red Dead game. And obviously Red Dead Redemption is mainly known because of its amazing story with John Marston. But now as we move forward, we have to start looking at the possibility of having a non-linear story with more choices, and that's definitely something I'd really love to see. Within GTA 5 and even GTA 4, that was a really cool element that we had to make choices of, allying with certain people and having to make certain decisions. And I think that's something that a lot of gamers like to have, because it weighs in your mind. You have to think, what are the positives of doing such and such, and what are the negatives negatives of doing this. And I think it really is just a great story element that makes us really dig into the choices that we have. And now to our last topic of the day, and that is the possibility of having jobs included. I think this could be a very cool element that Rockstar Games could include maybe in the multiplayer or single player, where we could become some type of sheriff or even a rancher, or maybe just some type of business clerk where we can make some side money. And based on that leaked map, we have a ton of businesses, so why not have the possibility of us working for some of these businesses and making some money? And hey, there's always the possibility that we live the life that John Marston wanted to live, a rancher's life. But anyway, Outlaws, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, if you have not already, make sure you smack that like button if you did enjoy the video or found any informative value, and also consider subscribing for a lot more additional Red Dead content to come, and I'll see you later.